The galaxy had rules. Ancient ones. No civilization was allowed to approach a newly awakened species until it reached Tier 3, stable interstellar travel, unified planetary governance, and confirmed non-hostile expansion patterns. These laws were older than most stars, written after the first galactic collapse, when curiosity had nearly wiped out existence itself. So when the Watchers detected Earth, they did not celebrate. They went silent. Earth sat on the edge of a spiral arm, wrapped in chaotic radiation bands and orbiting a volatile yellow star. On paper, it was nothing special, just another death world with extreme gravity, unstable tectonics, violent weather systems, and an atmosphere laced with reactive oxygen. Thousands of species evolved on gentler planets and still failed to survive their own adolescence. But Earth was different. It was loud. For centuries, human transmissions had spilled into space. Music, wars, laughter, threats, stories. They were inefficient, emotional, unencrypted. Any rational species would have masked its presence. Humans had broadcast themselves like a challenge. When the first alien probe crossed into the Sol system, it wasn't an invasion. It was a mistake. The probe belonged to the Kethri Union, a peaceful coalition of aquatic scholars whose technology focused on observation, not warfare. Their scout vessel, Quiet Current, was mapping gravitational anomalies when it detected artificial satellites, millions of them, swarming a single planet like metal insects. The Kethri commander, Elder Observer Luth, stared at the data streams in disbelief. Confirm, Luth pulsed. That planet has not achieved faster-than-light capability. Confirmed, replied the ship mind. No FTL signatures. However, they possess nuclear weapons, planetary-scale industrialization, autonomous war machines, and Luth asked, and they are expanding aggressively within their system. The galaxy had seen this before. Pre-FTL species with weapons usually burn themselves out within a few centuries. The proper response was quarantine and observation. Then the probe listened. Human languages were chaotic, filled with contradictions. They spoke of peace and annihilation in the same breath. Their stories glorified sacrifice, vengeance, hope, and defiance against impossible odds. Their entertainment simulated extinction events for pleasure. Most alarming of all, humans were aware they were alone, and they were not afraid. Before Quiet Current could retreat, a human radar station locked onto the probe. A beam of directed energy, primitive, crude, scanned the vessel. The ship mind froze. They see us, it whispered. Earth had noticed. Within hours, the Kethri Union transmitted an emergency signal to the Galactic Council. It was received, analyzed, and escalated to a full assembly. Never in recorded history had the Council convened over a pre-FTL species. The Council chamber was a vast ring of light and form, where species of plasma, crystal, flesh, and thought coexisted through translation fields. At the center, the Star Archivist spoke, its voice echoing through probability itself. State the cause. The Kethri representative projected Earth's data into the chamber. What followed was not debate. It was fear. The Vorkath Dominion, conquerors of 1,000 systems, recoiled when shown human military doctrine. The Illyrian Ascendancy, masters of predictive foresight, ran simulations and immediately terminated them. Too many ended in mutual annihilation. They are unstable, hissed a Vorkath warlord. Destroy them before they leave their system. No, said the Illyrian seer. Intervention guarantees catastrophe. Their response patterns escalate exponentially under threat. The archivist revealed the final analysis. Humans evolved on a Class 12 death world. It intoned. Predation, disease, Environmental disasters and interspecies warfare shaped them. Survival required adaptability, cooperation, and violence, often simultaneously. The chamber darkened as more data appeared. Humans had split the atom before achieving planetary unity. They had weaponized artificial intelligence while still arguing over borders. They had stood on the brink of extinction multiple times and learned from it. They should not exist, murmured a crystalline delegate. And yet, replied the archivist, they endure. While the galaxy argued, Earth acted. The detection of the alien probe shattered centuries of speculation. Governments released classified files. Scientists confirmed the impossible. Humanity was no longer alone. Panic followed briefly. Then something else emerged. Unity. For the first time in history, Earth's nations convened without threats or ultimatums. Religious leaders spoke of destiny. Scientists spoke of caution. Military commanders spoke of preparedness. And the public? They spoke of defiance. If aliens existed, humans would not beg. They would not kneel. They would stand. Within months, Earth launched its first true interstellar message, not a greeting, but a declaration. We see you, it said. We are aware. We do not seek war, but we will not accept domination. The message was transmitted on every frequency humans could generate, powered by fusion arrays that burned like miniature suns. The Galactic Council intercepted it. Silence fell across the chamber. They know, whispered a delegate. And they are not afraid, said another. The Illyrian seers ran new predictions. This time, they saw something worse than war. They saw humanity spreading. Not as conquerors alone, but as allies, traders, engineers, and soldiers. Humans adapting alien technology faster than its creators. Humans surviving environments that killed native species. Humans volunteering for missions labeled impossible. In many futures, humanity did not destroy the galaxy. They reshaped it. Containment is no longer possible, the archivist concluded. First contact is inevitable. The question was who would make it, and how. A diplomatic fleet was assembled, the most heavily guarded in galactic history. It carried no weapons aimed at Earth, only shields and translators. The message was clear. Fear had replaced curiosity. When the fleet entered soul space, every human telescope, satellite, and sensor turned toward it. Earth did not fire. Instead, thousands of ships launched, not warships but escorts. Humanity's first true space fleet was mismatched, inefficient, and terrifying in its numbers. The diplomatic vessel hailed Earth. This is the Galactic Council, the translation systems rendered. We come in peace. The response came from a human voice, steady and calm. So do we. But understand this, Earth is not weak. We survived ourselves. Whatever you are, don't make us survive you. Across the galaxy, billions listened. The meeting that followed was tense, cautious, historic. Humans learned of the wider universe, of ancient wars and fallen empires. The Council learned something far more unsettling. Humans did not want to rule the galaxy. They wanted to explore it. They asked questions no one had asked in millennia. They proposed joint missions into regions marked forbidden. They volunteered to face anomalies others feared. When warned of dangers, they smiled. This isn't worse than home, one human said. The phrase spread across the stars. Within decades, human engineers revolutionized FTL travel by ignoring safety margins deemed necessary. Human doctors adapted alien biology with reckless compassion.